Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the C Morning Show right here on C. Today, we're going fast and forward right here to our first discussion of the day, and we're going to talk about savings because today we're commemorating Indonesia's Saving Day.
Exactly, Caroline. Now, what is saving exactly? Now, saving is the activity of setting aside and saving some of the money you have for future needs. Now, it is also the most appropriate way to achieve financial goals.
Definitely. Now, the amount of saving is certainly adjusted to what you want to achieve. The bigger and more urgent the need, the portion of saving must be even greater. Ideally, saving can be done with a portion of 10 to 20% of the total monthly income. For example, if you have an income of 10 million rupiah per month, the ideal portion of saving is up to 2 million rupiah. However, the younger generation or Gen Z, are you a Gen Z?
No, I'm
You're in the
not.
cross-border of Gen Z, by the way, have their own way of savings known as soft saving. By the way, I don't know about this term yet. But
Soft saving,
really
neither
wanna
do
know.
I, Caroline. So let's get straight to it. And to know more about soft saving, we are now joined with personal financial enthusiast, Dani Rachmat. Good morning, Mas Dani.
Mas Dani, I mean, no one better than you to talk about soft savings and Gen Zs, by the way.
Yes, so let's get right to it because
Yes.
I want to know more about.
Because you're right there in the border between
saving.
millennial
Exactly,
and Gen
and
Z.
people like my sister here mistakenly always thinks I'm a Gen Z when I'm
Yeah.
not. But Dani, tell us a little bit more about soft saving specifically. What is that?
Yes, because I'm not a Gen Z as well. So I try my best to explain this. So from what I've read that soft saving is part of soft living.
Okay.
So that instead of setting aside 10%, 20%, 30% of the monthly income,
Yes.
the soft saving focus more in the mental health and also personal development.
Okay.
So instead of setting aside the 10%, 20%, the Gen Z, they choose to save whatever they can after prioritizing the mental health and personal development. That's the key,
Right.
mental health and personal development and saving.
Okay.
There still have to be some to save.
Yeah.
Right. So that's
So-
three of the factors that.
Yes.
Now, why is this soft saving really attracted the Gen Zs or applied to them?
Because the concept of 10%, 20% saving like millennials do, and
Yeah.
maybe the older generations do,
Yes.
is that you strain your finances like to set aside a portion that you can no longer use, even
Yeah.
though you will be able to use it like in
course.
10, 20 years later
Yeah.
after you retire. What they have in mind is that the condition in the world is so many uncertainties.
Yeah.
So that so many changes, fluctuation in the financial market, so that why do I have to save for that long period of time?
When it's still uncertain
Yes.
what's going to happen.
Yes. So why don't I focus on myself
Right.
so that I am happy and I can still develop my ability, my skills and everything.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
only live once. YOLO.
Yes,
Right.
of course, yes, that terms. Even though that is as old as me,
Yes,
that
that's
terms, I
true.
cannot
We know
say
that
us.
term.
Right.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
when you think of Gen Zs or the younger generations, they're also very used to having things instantly.
Yes.
So thinking far ahead, saving a portion for,
Yeah, like-
they're not even sure of what
Yeah.
to use for
Doesn't make
later.
sense for
It's
them.
like,
Yeah.
why?
Yeah.
Yeah. But you were saying, Masani, about personal development and also
Yeah.
mental health, which actually is a huge issue that Gen Zs tend to talk
Yeah.
about these days. So it's really, I think, going to the root of being able to talk to Gen Zs the way they think.
Yeah.
And mental health is a huge topic that they talk about as well. But just putting that aside for a moment, what other benefits can come from soft saving from a, I guess, financial perspective?
From the financial perspective, maybe they will not be able to accumulate wealth, assets as fast as millennials and the older generation
Yeah.
do. But they can amass the skills, what is it? The skills, the knowledge that they will need later in life that for example, me cannot do.
Yeah.
Like, I was focusing on having house and then cars and then
Okay.
setting aside for retirement and everything.
That's very us.
Yes.
Work hard and then
Work
get
hard, yeah.
right?
And then
house, car, family.
At 50 or maybe 55,
Yeah.
get retire and then enjoy my savings.
That's right. Yes.
But then for Gen Z, maybe they will not save as much as what we did.
Right.
But then they focus on developing their skills. They have more knowledge. And then they have so many things that they can do later on, even though in younger days, maybe nobody believed them yet.
Yes.
But then when they got older, they know more. They know about writing, maybe public speaking, and then investing. Even maybe they will have better choices of investment compared to us.
Okay.
So
They're more risk taker. I
yes,
believe,
more
right?
risk taker.
Yes.
Because the investing in ourselves is riskier than having
Yep.
tangible assets,
That's
right?
Yeah.
So yeah,
I mean, then there will be the pros and cons with the soft saving then.
Yes,
I mean, you were talking
course.
about, more of the pros now, but what would be the cons of this?
the challenge of soft saving is how to balance about the mental health and then the personal development and the saving itself.
Can you put this in an example, Mas Dani? Let's say.
Yeah, I met people in the extreme of both.
Yeah.
When they put the mental health at priority, sometimes they spend more money than they have.
It's like shopping time because I'm
Yes,
like having a
because-
mental outburst right now.
Yeah.
Retail therapy.
Somebody pushes you in the office and then I got mental and then I have to do something to get
That's
over it
true,
with.
yeah.
So shopping and everything, and then they okay, my salary is just gone, but then I have other option. There is what do you call it? The online loan and
Right,
pay later.
pay later.
Pay later is very easy to use now.
Yeah.
So the challenge is there, whether you can limit yourself up until where is the mental health really justify your spending.
Right.
So you cannot just spend all your money for the sake of your mental health.
Yeah, that excuse.
But you also have to remember there is mental health and then personal development and
Yeah.
saving.
Yeah.
Because we call this soft saving.
That's right.
You cannot call it if you don't save anything, meaning that you hard spending.
Yes.
Yeah.
Hard,
So
yeah.
that's the opposite, right?
Yeah.
But I also met the people that they save so much of their income, so they don't even enjoy their life. I met someone that her shoes, he bought shoes that is a pair of shoes that is very bad, and her knees got hurt. But then she said that I just bought this like 2 weeks ago,
Right.
and I cannot buy another shoes.
Okay.
But her feet was hurt.
Right.
So I think that is already justified that she should buy another pair of shoes
Right.
that is good for her feet, right?
Right. So it's to the end of spectrum.
Yes.
Then you have the
Yeah.
spender and you have the one that's very
Yes.
somewhat
Very extreme.
the
Extreme,
of
saver.
Saver. Yes.
So the challenge is keeping the balance between the mental health and then the personal
balance.
development and also the saving.
Self-control.
Yes.
as well. It's very
Yes.
Do you think it's just because everything is more accessible? Like you were saying, there's a lot of instruments right now that
Of
people can just
course.
have like debts,
Easier.
right?
Yes, of course.
Without maybe accreditation, like you can just go online, put your little datas, and you can already get a
Yes.
simple money.
Money, yeah.
Yes, of course. Other than that, the terms about mental health itself, it is not much talk when I was younger.
Yep.
Now people talk so many times about mental health, and nowadays the younger people tend to say that, okay, I got some kind of mental illness without even
Going to a
doctor.
professional,
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
You
Yeah.
cannot do that. If you say that you have some
Self-diagnosed,
mental
yeah.
problem, you have to be diagnosed by some professionals, right?
That's
So
right.
don't just use that excuse to
Yeah.
spend your money
To
to be the
justify.
hard spender.
Okay, so I mean, there's a thin line, like a gray area right now between your finances
Yeah.
and also your
Yeah.
personal matters.
Personal.
But I'm sorry, I cannot talk about mental health because I'm not professional there.
Yes.
But it's great that you're talking to touch base on your finances,
Yeah.
in their finances,
Yeah,
because
very
it's going to
important.
be, very pivotal. For
Absolutely. And Sunny, we were talking about how mental health is now largely talked about. It's not really a taboo topic anymore. When we were younger, right? What is mental health back in the day? But do you think it's too late for the older generations to sort of understand that reasoning, what mental health is and personal development, and for them to shift their perspective onto soft saving?
I don't think so. I think it is always good idea for older people like me to understand more about this mental health issue with the younger generation. because that way we can communicate better.
Yeah.
And then also in the terms of saving and everything, if people like, are we in the same
Yeah, we're in the
generation?
same, we're in the same generation.
I'm afraid to say us.
No, it's okay. Yes, it's us.
People like us,
Yes.
if we already have like the good habit of saving, of investment, just don't change that into self-saving just for the sake of I want to spend more.
Right.
But if it is for our happiness, maybe we should. Because older people, they tend to save too much because they want security in the future.
Yes.
And then they forget to take care of themselves.
Yeah.
But that is also depressing. That is also very hard on us, right?
Yeah.
We cannot always say that, okay, I do this for my kid, I do this for my family, I do this for blah, 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 blah. But we never do something for ourselves.
So
That is also important.
there needs to have a balance here.
Yes.
Now, in regards to since we're talking about soft savings and also the generations or Gen Zs, what do you think is the great approach for them? Because we know, in their nature, they're very. I'm not saying they're not fully equipped to be committed, but it seems that because there's so many, accessibility right now in terms of job opportunities, job security is not something in the top of their mind because they know, like, if this is something that I don't like within 2-3 months, I'm going to go somewhere else and find another job.
Yeah.
So, in regards to that, how can they, have a good saving plan then, Mas Dani, knowing that maybe in the 4th month you're not going to have any more payment?
I think the most important thing is that the consistency on what you are saving. I mean, if you are prioritizing your mental health and personal development, that's good. But you have to make sure that those things that you are buying can really develop yourself so that you can generate more money using that skills and spending that you are doing now. And also, if you don't really care about job security, as long as you can generate income, that's good.
Okay.
So if you don't really like the job that you are doing right now, as long as you know how to generate more money, if you are not doing this job right now,
Yes.
then that's
You
already
have a backup
good enough.
plan.
Yes.
So it's like, say you're a 9 to 5, you have a 9 to 5 job, but then you also you're a content creator. So then you put your investment more on personal
development, yes,
right,
and then
getting more
investing in
knowledge.
the gears that you are using to
Right.
create contents,
Okay.
those kind of things.
Okay. Okay.
That's
I'm getting ready. I'm getting ready
we're
for
taking
that.
notes.
I know, for our future generation.
Yes. What do you think is the key to maintaining that balance of one end of the spectrum and the other, and just finding that sweet spot in the middle?
As long as you know what are your needs, what are your needs, and then how do you plan to, even though saying soft saving is as if you don't have any plan in the future, right?
Yeah.
But as long as you know what you want in the future, people must plan, right?
That's right.
Even though you're young, you're old, you have still to plan your life
Yes.
ahead. Okay, you don't want to plan for 20 years, but as long as you have planned like 1 to 5 years ahead, that's already good enough. So that never do anything without any planning.
Okay.
Not only financial planning, but job planning. If you go into a new job, but then you don't like the job, you don't know whether you will like it or not. But then, what if I don't like the job? What if I like the job? What will I do? So, Gen Z, if they don't want to plan ahead like 20 years from now, so that as long as you already know what you are going to do with whatever that you will face in the future, so that's good. Because for me, when I went into my first job, I was thinking like, okay, I will try my best to be there like minimum 10 years.
Yeah.
Minimum 10 years. If I can do it like 20 years, that's good. But then the reality, the longest was only 6 years. So planning is always the key.
Yeah.
And go ahead.
No, sorry, I was just going to add to that. And I think sometimes backup plans are very important.
Yes.
Not usually life doesn't go as we
Yeah.
plan, right? So it's always nice to just
Have
sort
that
of
plan B
and C and
in
D.
your life. Now, I think we're going to wrap up our discussion today. I mean, if we don't have the time, we're going to go all balanced in here. We want more of time with you, Mas Dani, in regards to this. But, before we wrap up, what are your advices, especially for the Gen Zs, for them to have a very successful financial plan, whether that's short plan, to a long-term plan for their finance, knowing their nature and climate is very different than our generation.
Just remember, if you want to do the soft saving, the keyword is saving,
Okay.
not the soft one.
Yeah.
So you still have to have the
That's true.
saving.
Yes.
Yeah.
Don't be the hard spender, but the
Right.
soft saver.
And don't justify what you're buying as an investment when you know that maybe your saving is
Yeah.
coming to a
To a
0.00,
Yes,
right?
yes.
Yeah.
You cannot have that zero saving.
That's right.
The keyword is saving, not the soft one.
There you go, ladies and gents. Soft saving, the
Words of
keyword
wisdom.
is saving, and have a lot of contingency plans, because plans is like a roller coaster ride. You will never know
That
what
is
you
very
will end
true.
up with in this present time. Mas Dani, thank you very
Thank you
much.
so Thank you
very much
As
for
always,
having
it's a
me.
great pleasure.
Thank
We're going to see more of you definitely when we're going to talk about our finance and savings discussion right here on the
Yes,
Sing
ma'am.
Morning Show. But as of right now, we're taking a short commercial break. When we return, we'll bring you the world headlines. Stay tuned right here on the show.